My name is Keisha Crowther, and I come from a very, very small town in Colorado. And ever since I was a child, I was able to see energy inside of anything that was alive. Many colors vibrate through anything that is alive. And I've been able to speak to animals and hear what they have to say from a very young age. And most people think that would be really cool, but as a little kid I knew that I was very, very different. And so this made my life very hard, not being like everyone else. And I was learning lessons from the other side. A voice would teach me very specifically things that I needed to learn so that one day I would be able to teach these things. But for a long time I just thought I was crazy. I thought I was different and I didn't understand why I was hearing and being taught from a voice. I didn't understand why I was seeing energy or why I could hear animals. And for a long time I just thought I didn't have a place in this world. But when I turned 30, I received a phone call from the indigenous tribes of North America. And an elder told me they knew that I was being taught by the other side since a very young age. And they told me it was time for me to become the one to be called little grandmother and become a shaman and a wisdom teacher. And that there were others just like me. There were 11 others, wisdom keepers, who were just like me, receiving the same messages. And we had a very important role to play on planet Earth. I was not raised to be a public speaker, and so this is very hard for me. I'm still learning. But I did promise to be the best wisdom keeper I could be, and to be the best shaman that I could be. And so although it is scary, I am here to teach you about the lessons I was taught from the other side, from Mother Earth, and from my indigenous elders, the Continental Council of Indigenous Elders. For hundreds and hundreds of years, the prophecies from indigenous tribal people have been saying a time would come when Mother Earth would shift and be reborn into her heaven. And at this time, the people living on planet Earth would have to switch from living from a mind consciousness into a heart consciousness if they wish to enlighten during this shift. The pole shift is happening. It is not going to happen. It has already begun. It is no longer a story that the elders are saying will happen. They are saying it is happening. Due north is no longer due north. It is changing all over the planet. And the poles will not stop shifting until it is completely shifted. A universal truth that we must understand is that Mother Earth is sacred to all beings. And we, the human beings living upon her, will not be allowed to kill her. And yet we have come very, very close. We have done things that we do not have answers for. We have done things to planet Earth that none of our science has a way to fix. We are the ones that must change the way we are living. There is no other people to come and save us. There is no Savior to come and save us. It is us that must save us. We are the only living species on Mother Earth that create trash. And there is a mass of trash that is of plastic, larger than the size of Texas, sitting in the Atlantic Ocean. And something more serious is the Gulf of Mexico's oil spill. It is much worse than anyone is speaking about. It only takes 30 days of oil to spill to kill the entire Gulf, and it spilt well over 90 days. The entire Gulf of Mexico is dead. All life is dead in the Gulf of Mexico. Even the oxygen is dead in the water. All of the sea turtles spawn and give birth in the Gulf of Mexico. They are all dying. The oil moves faster than the whales can swim. 90% of all big fish are gone. It is not just the Gulf of Mexico's problem. But the Gulf Stream flows through the Gulf and comes straight to Europe, and it is full of oil. We have done damage that we have no answers for. All of the science in the entire world does not have an answer to fix this. We have all but killed our Mother Earth, and yet she still keeps giving us our every breath, every drink of water we have ever swallowed, every meal we have ever eaten, because she loves us. We must have a relationship with our Mother Earth. She is your mother. It is a universal law that Mother Earth is sacred to all beings. And it is a universal law that Mother Earth will go on, but that humanity will be removed before we kill her. And so now we realize how important the next couple of years are. The poles are already shifting. She will be reborn. But if we wish to go with her, we must start living from the heart. The more loving you are, the more intelligent you become. It is our only chance. This is not a story. This is really happening. This is real. So many of us are going throughout our days not even being aware of what is happening. But this is happening. Instead of living in fear, what the grandfathers are telling us is to start living from the heart, because the more loving you are, the more intelligent you become. If we start being love, we get the answers of how to save our planet, and then we get to stay. If we do not, our children will not have a future. This really is our situation. Right now, we have no answers on how to heal the wounds on Mother Earth. But we can get the answers if we start living from our hearts and not our brains. And it is not another generation of people that were chose to be here on this planet now. You were chose, because it is said that we are the strongest of strong souls ever to be on planet Earth. Each and every one of us were born to a world with man-made rules and man-made religion, and now we must say we want more. There is more. The only way we change ourselves and save ourselves is if we remember who we are. We were taught that God is something disconnected from us. We were taught by religion that we are sinful and bad people, and that we have to deserve heaven. But I am to tell you something today that you should never forget. You are God. Your soul is God. You are not separate from God. Every single one of you have a great I am that is God. Your soul, your great I am, is part of Great Spirit. God is not a man and God is not a woman. God is knowing. God is everything. God is light and love in all creation. God made your soul, and your soul lives in you. You are God. My grandfathers told me one day, it is none of your business what other people think of you. And they were absolutely right. Do you know that your status in your community does not matter? How much money you make does not matter. This is all made by ego. And living from ego is the wrong way to live. It's actually very, very easy to live from the heart. It's the most simple thing we could be asked to do. All of us in different ways can get to that space of feeling love, having our hearts opened. For me, either being in nature or being with a tree or a plant or listening to beautiful music changes my attitude very quickly. Sometimes being with a child or an animal can do this as well. But all of us do this in different ways, so you just choose your way in which you get into the heart the easiest, and then just be in that state for a little while, even 5 minutes a day. What we are being asked to do is change consciousness from the mind, ego state into the heart state. World consciousness is a real thing. It is an energy. All things are made of energy. Our consciousness is also an energy. And right now, the world is operating under mind consciousness. Love energy is 10 times more potent than hate energy. So in all honesty, it only takes one third of the population living from love to change all consciousness. Right now, the strongest consciousness goes to mind. That is why we think everything instead of base our decisions on feeling something. And as heart consciousness grows heavier and heavier and heavier, it takes the place of mind consciousness. This is why the elders are telling us it's not about going and doing anything. We do not have to do anything to change our world. All we are asked is to be love. Simply by being love, sitting in that conscious state of giving the earth your love, you change the world. We live on planet Earth right now in the most amazing time. We will see things happen on the planet that no other human beings have ever seen. Planet Earth will look completely different in a couple of years. And it is my wish that we all be with her. And all we have to do is be love. Love is the answer to everything.